I'm so happy that this movie was not a piece of garbage. Just thank you, Hollywood, for preserving at least one facet of my childhood. So here's the thing, guys. I saw Goosebumps right after I saw Bridge of Spies, and I know it's amazing, but it wasn't terrible. It was actually a pretty good movie. I had a lot of fun watching it, and it seemed like it could be a good time for kids and adults. It actually also did a good job making me feel nostalgic about my old Goosebumps books and shows, and it made me miss them. It reminded me of them, and it still seemed like it could be a good time for kids of this generation too, although I'm not sure with, I feel like they're kind of fragile, but it was still pretty good. Oh, I'm just so happy about that. I saw the trailer. I was like, oh, this looks like it could be a really interesting idea. Too bad it's almost definitely gonna be garbage. But guess what? It wasn't! The acting in this movie was all pretty, it was okay. I don't really have any complaints about it. Jack Black was pretty over the top, but here's the thing. Jack Black really only comes at two levels. Jack Black and Jack Black. It doesn't really deviate from those from Jack Black. It's always Jack Black, and he's always over the top. But he somehow managed to make it work. I loved his character, who he played R.L. Stein, by the way, in the movie. And I loved his character. I loved the way he worked. I loved how this movie advertised it would have every single Goosebumps monster. And while I don't think it had every Goosebumps monster, I feel like it got pretty damn close. But there's like literally 200 of those books. I'm not surprised they didn't have every one, but they had all of the big ones. They had Slappy the puppet. They didn't show it, but they mentioned the haunted mask. You know what, they might have shown it and I just missed it. I heard someone say that they showed it. I didn't see it. Maybe, but it's full of possible. I missed it. They had the Werewolf of Fever Swamp. They had, oh god, my entire childhood nightmares all in one movie. And I love how they had Slappy, the most iconic Goosebumps monster of them all, be the ringleader of all of this chaos that this movie created. It was so... Okay, I feel like I'm overhyping this movie. It was a fun little movie, and I had a lot of fun watching it. Every single character in this movie was also super likable. I love how, for the first time in movie history, the kid in the movie, a high school teenager, did not treat the parents like absolute crap. This son and mother were actually good friends, and they showed mutual respect for one another, and it was amazing. For once, the kid was not whining for the entire movie, but oh, he hates the new town he had to move to, and he hates his mother for making him move. The kid was like, you know what, we've both been through a rough time in the other place we used to live in, so I think we could all get used to this place and probably be happy in it. I don't love the idea that I have to move, but I understand why we're doing it, and I want to help my mother out. That's just so unheard of. It's so amazing. God, I can't believe I'm reacting like this, but it's just so rare to see a kid respect his parents in a movie. It really is. Another thing I loved about this movie is that it was set up like a Goosebumps movie too, a Goosebumps movie / book. And in the movie they kind of tell you every Goosebumps story is split up: a beginning, a middle, and a twist. And that's exactly what this movie did. I won't tell you all the details because that would be a huge spoiler. But yeah, it was set up just like a Goosebumps story should be, and that's another plus for it. I gotta give it to it. At times, I felt the story was a bit lacking. It is primarily a kids movie, even though I feel like it was kind of targeted towards adults in its nostalgia factor. But it is primarily a kids movie, so I don't think the story needed to be completely solid. So I guess that's fine. The graphics, I feel like, went back and forth between complete and utter garbage and okay, not bad, not great. Like the praying mantis, that was not great. The gnomes. Actually, I'm kind of on the fence with the gnomes. They kind of looked good and bad at the same time. But Slappy, they did a great job with bringing Slappy to life. I looked at him and I felt like I was looking at a ventriloquist doll. Not gonna say the D word. I don't need nightmares tonight. I don't. They did a great job bringing him to life, and I loved it. It was so good. Sadly, It is not a horror movie that will give you nightmares when you're an adult. This is a kid, this is a kid's horror, and it's clear from the start. But here is the best part of this movie. It took what Pixels was trying to do and did it right and not terribly. It tried to get all of your nostalgia from when you were a kid and make it in a way that didn't try to reboot it or rework it or adapt it and just ruin your memories of it, but instead it just took them and put them in something new in a way that would remind you of how much you love them, but in a new way that wouldn't ruin those memories at the same time. It was well done. I can't really word it in any other way than that. It was how Pixels was supposed to be. That's probably the best description of it. It is the Goosebumps version of a nostalgic video game movie. That is an accurate description for this movie. So Goosebumps is absolutely worth the ticket. I had a lot of fun watching this movie, and if you read the books or watched the show as a kid, you will probably like this movie too. Or, I mean, if you still like that kind of stuff, I don't know. But I think it's worth the ticket. Your kids will probably love it too. It's not scary enough to give them nightmares, except maybe Slappy, because he is terrifying. He is absolutely a nightmare. But nonetheless, they might enjoy it anyway. Okay, guys, if you haven't seen Goosebumps already, tell me what you think it'll be like below. If you have seen it already and disagree or agree with what I said, comment below about why you would agree or disagree with what I said. If you like this video, please press that like button and subscribe for more content and excellent movie reviews. Peace out.